right, so the backstory is I made a real serious movie about a killer cookie called The Gingerbread Man. Yeah! And I'll tell you more about the team-up movie in a moment. So anyway, and I thought, you know, it'd be cool to have some celebrity-type person be the spirit of the cookie, because luckily for us in the script, the guy dies right away, right? He gets shot, the celebrity type, and his witchy mother takes his body and turns it into ashes, and somehow gets the ashes into the cookie batter, or the gingerbread batter, and out comes a pissed off cookie, you know, with the spirit of Gary Busey. If you haven't seen Gingerbread Man, you're missing a super classic. So anyway, what's cool about it is the fellow, whoever the actor was going to be, only worked one day, right? Because it's the beginning of the movie, there's a shootout in the diner, this character gets killed, the next thing you know, he's part of a cookie. So that's the opportunity in Hollywood to hire kind of an important celebrity if they're willing to, you know, ruin their career. No, I'm just kidding. If they're willing to, you know, do the gig, because all you have to do is pay them one day. So if a guy makes $300,000-400,000 because he's got a name, and you say, look, I need you for one day, you could get away with maybe $20,000-30,000 for that one day. So our first, well, sounds like a lot, but you know, for a big name, that's actually pretty cool. So for some reason, I'm not sure where it came from, our casting guy said, you got to go for Gary Busey. And Gary even was, I mean, Gary now is really well known, he's been on TV, but 10 years ago, he still was known, and his reputation as a lunatic was certainly there, but not as popular as he is now. But I said, there's no way we're going to get Gary Busey. There's not a chance. And so they said, you got nothing to lose, let's make the offer, send him a script. So we did that, and I'm thinking, well, we better find some more realistic names, because Gary Busey, who, you know, I think he won an Emmy, and he's a songwriter, and he's directed great stuff, even though he had that accent and he became weird. He's just not going to do it. So we got a call the next morning from Gary's agent saying, Gary loves your cookie movie, and he wants to fucking do it. I said, really? Yes, yes, yes. So anyway, there are so many stories, but, you know, we're all prepared. I've worked with crazy people before. You know, I've worked with Klaus Kinski, who put a gun to my director's head once just to get the right shot. That's how insane he was. He was really, I mean, you believe that Kinski would actually kill you if you got pissed off. Gary is more just wacky. So we heard about this, and I was ready. I was directing the thing, and I've dealt with crazy people. I thought, listen, no matter what, plus how bad can it be? It's one day. It's just one day. It's not like 5 weeks, it's one day. So he arrives on set. There's all sorts of shenanigans, and the car he wanted, and he wanted a van with certain candy, and if he didn't get the candy, he wouldn't, all this weird stuff. But his reputation was, or probably still is, a super womanizer, and that, you know, hide all your chicks because he's really out there. I said, well, you know, it's one day, we're all here, we're on a set, we're at this diner, how bad can it be? Well, about an hour and a half into the day, and I already met him, and he was nice and weird. Someone came to me and said, the guy walked into the motorhome of the wardrobe ladies, and this one particular lady has these like massive boobies, and he went up to her and introduced himself and grabbed her boobs. So I know that's kind of bizarre, right? I said, hey, what are we gonna do, Charlie? I said, hey, what are you gonna do? He's here one day, you know? In the spirit of Gary Busey, is she okay? Yeah, she's kind of giggling. I said, fine, let's get through the day. So we had more events like this, but here's the real bad one, I kid you not. So it's around lunchtime, and we're breaking for lunch, or we just finished lunch, whatever it was time to get back on set. And our AD, assistant director, comes up to me and says, Gary's gone. You know, he has that reputation too. If he's not into it after 2-3 weeks, he just goes home, you know. It's like, what about the movie? But this is like 5 hours. I say, Gary's gone. He's gone? Yes, he's gone. He's nowhere. We're here. We're the diner. There's that back area where we have his motorhome. There's the highway. We would see him. He didn't drive away because we brought him to set, but he's gone. No one can find Gary. I said, that's ridiculous. So, you know, I'm walking around the set, and everyone's, where's Gary? Where's Gary? And the girls are like, where's Gary? So there's no Gary. And so I'm walking back to where his motorhome is, kind of in the corner in this parking lot. I feel bad, there's kids here, sorry kids. Anyway, I'm leaning on his motorhome. Of course, I went in there just to double check, looked in the bathroom, lots of candy wrappers, no Gary. So I'm leaning on the bus, on the thing, and I hear something like, where's the bush? I said, what's going down, where is the bush? And I hear little giggling, like, where's the bush? What the fuck? But I can recognize his voice. So I go around the back of this motorhome, and this is what I see. There's Gary, who's got these 3 young girls from our set, sort of trapped, and he's literally saying, Goddamn, where's the bush? What happened to the bush? When I was a kid, there was bush everywhere. Do you have a bush? No, I don't. Why the fuck not? Where did the bush go? That's kind of my Gary Busey story.